into October. This is where the American advance would get to, facing what we call the Hindenburg Line, known as the Kriemhildstellung, to the Germans. And remember, the American philosophy is no trenches, but you're constantly advancing. Guys by this time hadn't eaten in 4 to 5 days. They had little water. They were exhausted. And they were told just one more hill, just one more objective. And so here's the American forward firing position. You saw the German and the French trenches, dug deep, reinforced. This is the American soldiers' defense, exposed, just a shallow little pit that we could dig out very fast for protection, knowing the enemy is just over there across the road. You're now within not only deadly rifle range, but also artillery and mortar, getting ready for one more no man's land. The safety of the woods are left behind. You now have to cross no man's land into the heart of the monster to end the war. I think this, more than anything, will exemplify the U.S. soldiers' experience. As you come out of the woods on Hill 250, sitting across this field, 400 yards away, through this forested wood, this hilltop, running across the ridgeline to see the rooftop of the chapel, to behind it, the heights of Romagna. This is the interconnected high point. This is where the Germans had dug in their strongest defenses here in the Meuse-Argonne, the Hindenburg Line, created to keep us from getting to Sedan and their supply line. So as the United States soldier, not digging trenches, not digging foxholes, his task as we walk in his footsteps, what I want you to understand, is to cross no man's land. As far as you can see, following that ridge line in these woods here, this is the American soldier's no man's land, much bigger than those of his British and French allies. This is what he would saw, standing exactly where he stood, looking at exactly what he saw. Just over the rise there lies the cost, nearly 15,000 U.S. soldiers. So the 80th Division, United States soldiers, comes out of the wood, and they turn here to the La Madeleine farm, which was a former German hospital where the patients were removed, and it was lined up with machine guns. So contrary to the no man's land that you stereotypically think about, this is the U.S. soldiers' no man's land. It's not fighting between trenches, it's being constantly on the move. Just behind the farm there is the village of Cunel. Moving over that way to that ridge, the village of Romagna, and that is our attacking point, driving northward. This is the heart of the Hindenburg Line, to the Germans the Kriemhildstellung, as they are trying to fortify. Right behind this is the great city of Sedan and their railroad and supply network. It must be held, and therefore we have to take it. So American soldiers did not dig trenches. They were constantly on the move. General Pershing's orders, the call to the attack. The soldier, his rifle, his bayonet, and his spirit will win the day. Germans are on this side of the trees, Americans are on that side, and so these are American no man's lands. This is American fighting in World War I. Constant movement, open and exposed, no safety of the trenches, no time to sit and wait, the constant grind. By the time the American soldiers got here, it was over 7 weeks. They were tired, they were exhausted, some veteran, some green, but constantly on the move, pushing forward. And when it got to an objective and they thought they were done, there was always one more wood to clear. The Germans are in the woods, so in the woods we will go. pockmarked, getting shot at from all over. Always moving forward. Can't help a buddy. Bandage. Can't take a break. One hill, one objective, and then forward again. To the next objective.